So you don't need motivation to change. You don't even need to force your thinking to go into a different direction in order to change. What you need is an insight. And here's how that works. I've been exploring this with some of my clients and the groups that I'm hosting. And often I get the question, which is, how do I change a behavior, or how do I change a pattern of thought, a pattern of thinking? How can I change even my lifestyle or a habit that's going to impact my lifestyle? And we hear a lot in the coaching conversations, change your mindset, or you have to have a better mindset. You need to think positively, and you need to have this visualization very clear as to what you want to create. And then hopefully you're going to create that. And you have to align all your thinking so that you manifest that vision, and you got to think positively. So all of that can work. And it also may not work. What will work every time, however, is if you have an insight, a fresh new thought, a fresh new perspective into the situation or into the specific circumstance that you'd like to change. So I realize that this might not sound very clear, and I'm going to give you a really specific example as to how I've had an insight that completely changed my lifestyle and enabled me to reach a really specific goal. So a couple of years ago, actually spring 2014, I was in New York for Super Coach Academy, and I was sitting with one of the super coaches who was sharing with me that she had lost a fair amount of weight, something like 80 pounds. And I was fascinated by that, and I asked her, what happened? Like, what did you see for yourself that enabled you to just change your lifestyle and lose all of this weight? Because again, the insight was the portal through which she was able to change her habits. So she shared with me a really personal insight that had to do with emotional eating. And that's the beauty of insights. They're going to be very personal to you. They're probably not going to mean much to anyone else, but it doesn't matter. They just need to be insightful to you. So she shares that insight, and then she tells me that afterwards she started to do some research and try different diets, and she ended up going with paleo. And she's been maintaining this for a while, and it enabled her to completely just shed a lot of the pounds and get into top shape. So I thought, well, that's interesting, but personally, I don't think I have anything about emotional eating. And the reason why I was having this conversation with her was that I had been trying to lose, those 10 pounds for years, like years. And I wanted to have an insight into food and, that beautiful wine that I love to drink. The fact that, maybe I should be exercising more. And I wanted to have an insight about it so that I could just have a shift and enter into a new lifestyle. Now, the thing with insights is that when you want to have them, you usually don't get them because that's not how it works. I mean, we can count on the fact that we're insightful human beings, and when we're in this conversation, this insightful conversation, insights will occur. For me personally, it took 2 years to have my insight that enabled me to change things drastically this past December. So right now, if you're watching this video, I'm recording and we're February 1st. And again, I remember for the past 2 years thinking, like, damn, I need an insight about food or lifestyle or exercise. Like, what is it that I need to see in order for me to get back into, this top shape that I want to be in, and this strong body that I want to have. And, just wanting that insight and letting it go, wanting the insight and letting it go, and then finally completely letting it go. Until one day in December, early December, I woke up one morning after having been really tired for 3 weeks in November and slightly sad and lagging behind and just not at my best at all and not really knowing what was going on, but just being kind to myself and going with the flow and knowing deep down that initially my state of mind was going to pass and I was going to just get my energy back. And it came back that morning in December when I woke up with a clear insight, even I'm going to say a clear vision of me having reached my goal. It's almost as if I saw myself in the future and it was a done deal. I had lost the weight. I could see the body in top shape. I was just in that vision, in that thought. It was so clear that it held the key for change. It held the key, the instructional manual as to how I was going to get there. Like it was in that vision, the shift that happened, and it was a done deal. So that was pretty incredible. So here's what happened next. I jumped into my car and I went to get myself dumbbells and kettlebells and a foam roller thingy. And I became a member of this site that I love. It's the Tonin' Up Girls in California. And I got the nutrition plan and I paid the money and I got the videos. And I just felt a sudden surge of inspiration. It was beyond motivation because ever since then I've kept it. And motivation is not a sustainable force. There has to be this energy behind it, which is what I'm fascinated by discovering. What is that energy that we can surf that is sustainable, right? So now, as a result, I've been exercising like twice a day, which is so different for me. And of course, as a result of having this change in lifestyles, I think I lost probably 8 pounds in the past 2 months, easily and effortlessly by making small changes. Again, it was just going with the flow of the inner goddess, what she was calling me to do. And I think it looks like 2 sizes in terms of jeans. So I'm getting towards my goal. I'm getting fit more effortlessly than I ever thought possible, all thanks to this beautiful insight that I had. So here's what I'd like you to take away from this video. My invitation to you is to see where you need to stop forcing yourself, where you need to stop pushing for motivation. And instead, can you step away from these patterns of thinking that are just really hard to sustain? And instead, can you drop into that divine flow, that divine intelligence, that place within you where insights can happen, where a fresh new thought, a shift of consciousness can suddenly really change everything for you? And can you start to be a little more conscious as to how you create in your life? Are you creating from motivation and striving and forcing and struggling? Or are you allowing yourself to drop into inner wisdom and the inner goddess and that divine infinite flow that you are connected to? And can you allow that place within you to open so that you can have insights that will create this change for you? My name is Frenette, and I'm a certified transformative coach. And I work with women entrepreneurs who want to unleash their inner CEO so that they can create a thriving business and an extraordinary life. And if you like this kind of conversation of business building from the inside out, please check out my website, carolinefrenette.com. Lots of videos there, and you can also subscribe for my free monthly calls. See you there.